This guy left a message under my video, why women shouldn't be responsible for your happiness. This person commented and said, I love myself. I can get dates. I'm not desperate, but every time I meet someone that I like more, for whatever reason, maybe they are exactly my type. Maybe I find their mind attractive. But when I show my genuine interest in them and don't play games, they get turned off. Like lady, this time I'm not just after a hookup and you stop texting back. It's very frustrating to not be able to show your interest if you want to actually get them. I think there's a misconception here because it's not that you can't show your interest, because here's the reality. A good portion of women, when you're going up to them, most of them are assuming you're probably trying to hit on them. When you talk to them and you're jovial and have a good time, they're assuming there's some interest there, right? So it's not about not showing your interest, because quite honestly, most of them already know you're interested. But it's the level of interest that can chase women off, because most men go into it where it's like they meet a girl, have a good conversation, and now they want to show all the likes to her. And women are thinking, dude, I just met you. How do you already have this abundance of like for me? Now, as guys, I get it, because we assess and make decisions very quickly. And that is a natural thing that we do, because back in the days of, being hunters and gatherers, we had to see an animal and make a decision to kill it on the spot to take home to our families. So just our brains are programmed to see some stuff, assess it, and start making decisions about it right away. So we'll see a woman. Okay, nice curves. Oh, good conversation. That's my joke. She smells good. You know what? We're good. This could be the one. And then because we make that decision, we're thinking, and now I don't want to lose her. And I'm going to lose her. And I don't want that to happen. And then we preemptively start making all these relationship decisions with her that we think are going to let her know that we want a relationship. And she's not even decided if she wants to go on a date with us. So to that point, for example, like we're already thinking, I want to buy her flowers. I want to talk about how she feels about me. I want to talk about what she's looking for in a relationship, because I could see myself getting in a relationship with her, even after just this one conversation. And those are examples of like, we're trying to do relationship-y things to a person that is not yet there yet, because we're just so overly excited. When you're talking to somebody that you're just kind of like halfway interested in, it's very easy to be more patient and be more guarded and not give away the whole store and not text them all the time. And because we're like, if it works out or not, I don't care. But when it's somebody you have a strong interest with, it can be very, very hard. And so I said this earlier, you have to put yourself in the mind frame of, you do not actually know any woman that you meet up with based on 2 or 3 conversations. You think you do. You think you made an assessment. You think she's the one. You don't know that. Women take 2 to 3 months. Men take that 2 to 3 months to do your due diligence and really figure out what it is. Because what will happen is, if you do that and you like ride this thing out and you err on the side of patience, you're going to find what happens is what you actually want to happen, which is she's going to start coming more to you. She's going to start texting you more, suggesting more dates, suggesting weekend dates, suggesting times for you to come over to cook meals with her, to do a Netflix and chill. Like, they'll start doing that because you're being more patient. And to the point of this, he said he's not trying to play games. Men have this thing of thinking, if they're not actively texting her all the time or constantly in front of her face or just always showing her the interest that they truly have, that it's playing games. But let me ask you a question. Are you getting the results you want from that? Because if you're not, then it means that just because you feel as though you're playing games and you're being more patient or not texting all the time, the reality is that you've bought into the lie that doing that means you're playing games. Because what you're actually doing is giving that person grace and giving them the time to sit with themselves and think about if they see you as a potential person in their life. And that's actually a great thing. What you're doing when you're not doing that is actually selfish. When you're saying, well, I don't want to play games. I should be able to text her all the time, call her all the time, ask her out every single day, tell her how I feel. You're not taking into account how women actually get attracted to you. And it's causing you to apply pressure to them. And that ultimately makes it not fair to them, because you're messing up a situation that could have potentially worked out if you would just allow yourself to be patient, but you made it all about you. You're actually making it all about you when you do that. When you're saying, I should be able to call time, blah, blah, you're making it all about you and not about her. And so you could call that playing games if you're being patient, but if you're doing the opposite, isn't that just as bad? Like you trying to be in front of her face all the time and not thinking maybe she needs a break from you. Maybe she has a job or a family to deal with or whatever. And you're trying to galvanize all her time because you're not trying to play games. Like, you're only doing a disservice to yourself. You're doing it to her, and you're not being fair to her and letting her really feel you out, you know? So to that I say, be more patient with everybody. I don't care if you meet her on day one, you're like, she's the one for me. Act like you made a mistake. Act like, hey, you know what? I think she could be the one, but she could not be. So let me just slow this train down a bit and like talk to her, get to know her, see how she treats other people in public, see what happens when our first fight happens. Let me just figure that stuff out before I say you're the one. Have it be she's the one with an asterisk until proven otherwise. And then give yourself time to see if she proves herself otherwise. That's what I found worked for me in terms of being able to not be so trying to like get somebody right away. Like it does you no favors.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You